My stepdad just tried to sell my grandma's jewelry for a down payment on a sports car. I'm actually losing it. Okay Reddit, I need to vent and honestly, I'm so beyond furious I can barely type. I'm 24F, and this has been building for years, but it finally reached a boiling point last night. My stepdad, Mark, 58 is a walking red flag wrapped in a cheap suit, and I'm honestly questioning everything I thought I knew about our family. My mom, Susan, 58F, remarried Mark when I was 10. It was a rough transition. He always seemed to have this air of entitlement and a way of subtly undermining my mom. I've always felt like I was the golden child in my own family, and he's constantly resented that. He's always been financially unstable, constantly borrowing money from my mom, and never really contributing anything positive. The jewelry in question belonged to my actual grandmother, Eleanor. It's a collection she inherited from her mother, and it's incredibly sentimental. There are antique necklaces, bracelets, and rings, pieces that have been in our family for generations. My mom has always kept it locked in a safe in her bedroom, and it's something she cherishes. Last night, I was over at my mom's for dinner. Things were tense, as they often are. Mark kept making these little comments about how things are tight and how he needed a little help. Then, during dessert, he casually dropped the bomb. He started talking about a new sports car he'd been eyeing, a ridiculously expensive one, like $80,000. And then, without any preamble, he said, I was thinking of selling some of Eleanor's jewelry to get a down payment. I literally choked on my wine. I stared at him, dumbfounded. My mom gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. I couldn't even speak for a second. Mark, are you serious? My mom finally managed to ask, her voice trembling. He just shrugged, a smirk playing on his lips. Well, it's valuable. And honestly, your grandmother wouldn't want it sitting in a safe. She'd want it to be used. The audacity of this man. He's practically gaslighting my mom, trying to twist this blatant theft into some kind of honorable act. That jewelry is not yours to sell. I finally exploded. It belongs to Grandma Eleanor. It's a family heirloom. He just laughed, a harsh, unpleasant sound. Relax, honey. I'd get a good price for it. Think of the opportunity cost. He then proceeded to list all the things he'd do with the car, get to work faster, take the kids on trips, all while completely ignoring the emotional significance of the jewelry. My mom started crying. She was trying to reason with him, telling him how much the pieces meant to her, how they were a connection to her mother and grandmother. He just kept dismissing her, saying she was being emotional, and that he was being practical. I snapped. I told him he was a selfish, disrespectful, and utterly disgusting person. I told him he had no right to even think about selling something that wasn't his, especially not something so deeply personal. I told him he was a narcissist, who only cared about himself. I even said, you're a terrible person, Mark. A truly terrible person. My mom ended up having to physically pull me out of the room. I stormed out of the house, feeling completely and utterly betrayed. I'm still shaking. I've gone NC with him, blocked his number, blocked him on social media. I don't want to hear anything from him. My mom is trying to apologize, saying he's been under a lot of stress lately, but I can't forgive him. This isn't about stress, it's about his character. It's about his complete lack of empathy and respect for our family. I'm so angry, so hurt, and so disappointed. I feel like I've finally seen the full extent of how toxic he is. I'm honestly terrified of what else he's capable of. Edit. Wow. Thank you all for the support. I've been reading through the comments and it's so validating to know I'm not crazy. A few people asked if I should report him to the police. I'm seriously considering it. This isn't just about the jewelry, it's about a pattern of behavior. And honestly, the thought of him trying to sell a family heirloom for a car is just infuriating. Update. Just got a text from my mom. Apparently, Mark is trying to convince her that he was going to use the money for a business opportunity and that he just wanted to see if it was possible. The gaslighting is real. I need a drink.